Today I want to talk about some of the lessons I've learned in my life. I want to talk about some of the things I feel like is important for younger people to hear. I, myself included, definitely some of this I wish I could have heard when I was younger. The first and foremost thing is ego disentanglement of your work. And what I mean by that is your value as a person is not determined by the outcome of the work that you produce. So your value is based on your morals and your character, but don't let the first 18 years of your life make you think that because I got a B or a C or a D, I'm a failure as a person. Furthermore, it's just like, oh, I don't make money or enough money from my art or from my creations that I am worthless, that I am not successful. Because in this day and age, if you are a human being doing art, you are far better than over half of the AI crap I see online. Second is consistency. Consistency is so important. You need to do something almost every day, every week. At some point, you need to continue, you need to keep going, even when you don't feel like doing it. I got so worked up and so messed up in my own head that, I thought because I'm not doing good at art at a decent enough rate, I was not good enough to do it. Therefore, I stopped doing it. The next best time to plant a tree is now, all right? I know I hate platitudes, but it's serious. I'm being serious. You need to do your craft, do your art consistently. You need to do it as best as you can, and you need to do what you find is fun. When we move on to much further, you got to do your studies. You got to do art studies to really lock in and get better. But if you are in the dumps, scribbling anything is going to stop you from full backsliding mentally and physically. I feel like one thing that's not talked about is skill regression. Skill regression is going to kick your ass, and it's going to feed right back into the 2 main points that I just made. You're not going to want to do it. You forget to do it, you don't do it, you come back to it thinking, oh, I still got this, and you try it again, and your art's worse than you remember, you don't remember how to do anything. Therefore, you stop doing it, and you feel like shit because you stopped doing it, and because you feel like shit and stop doing it, you don't improve, therefore you feel like shit. Does that make any sense? That positive feedback loop is terrible. It's terrible. You will eat yourself alive before any critics on the internet will do that to you, okay? The next part is I want you to be objective about it, but I want you to be nice to yourself. I want you to look at your work, and I want you to understand that no, you're not a terrible person for not doing an eyeball correctly, and no, you're not a terrible artist for messing up a hand, you just need to study. But I'm saying be objective about it because you can be as nice to yourself as you want. If you think your little stick figure is the best thing since sliced bread, go nuts. But you're not going to get anywhere in terms of art. Don't dismiss your successes. Do not dismiss your small successes at all. When you do something great, celebrate it. When you do something bad, take a step back and think, okay, what can I do to improve? Not how can I be mean to myself, okay? I want you to be positive about art in general. I want you to be positive about other people's art. Comparison is going to be the theft of joy and utmost. I remember taking my first painting course. Yes, I took one of my first painting courses in a university, okay? I went into that class, and they put me in a class called observational painting. Now, I didn't get to painting 1, but I wanted to take a course that time, and they said that it was able to do it, any beginner could do it, okay? I walked into that class with my couple paintbrushes, next to people with full palettes and almost Michelangelo-style paintings, okay? I was literally trying to learn next to giants, alright? I was literally learning against these people that were way better than me. And, oh man, did I not have the time or space or energy to be like, I want to be sad because I'm so bad. I paid to be there. I am on my own dime to be there. I'm gonna fucking learn, okay? And it's just so hard to get out of this mindset of, oh, their art is better than me. I'm not worth it. Okay. And I'm going to keep preferencing and saying that because that's my own inner voice. My own inner voice wants to tell me that I am worthless. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in this struggle with whoever the hell that bastard is. Okay. And I want you to look at other art and be inspired by it. I want you to study it. I want you to stare at it. I want you to feel like, how can I achieve that? Or how can I get something of similar effect? I want you to compare your art to the art of before. I get so wrapped up into, well, my stuff is shit, I don't like it. I have to look back at the stuff I've done before. I was literally doing stick figures and horrible lines, and I was doing studies that were horrendous. When I first started digital art, the only thing I could do was scribble a line, okay? So you have to be objective about your work. You need to compare your work to your past works to see improvement. Do not just look ahead blindly and think, I've gotten nowhere, okay? There was a saying that I read that basically every artist, whether you think they've climbed the mountaintop, is in the goddamn parking lot, okay? Every artist, no matter their skill level, is sitting there at the bottom of that mountain going, I need to get there, and I need to kick my ass to do it. And you could be standing next to greats, okay? And we're all in the same boat. Speaking about the same boat, I think that learning in a bubble is one of the worst things that you could do. I am currently doing that, and it's terrible. One of my first experiences with a real group of artists that were actually invested in my growth were my fellow classmates. I learned just as much from my teachers as I did the students around me, okay? They gave me wonderful advice, they encouraged me, they gave me different views, they gave me different ideas and ways of thinking things, and even showed me how to do different things. My teacher showed me one way, and I remember one of the girls next to me showed me a different way, and that worked better for me. Being part of a group, being with other people that are invested in your interests, that want you to succeed and achieve, but are also in the space, okay? Your mom telling you did a great job, honey, on fucking everything does not help. I love her to bits, but is this good? Yes. Okay, I'm going to do something purposely shitty. Is this good? Yes. There's no scope of reference. There's no input. I remember one of my teachers, Amir Kobayashi, one thing that was in the back of my brain that I would always listen to is, it's gimmicky. It's gimmicky in his very, thick Slavic accent. He basically told us the truth about our artwork. He was nice about it because school policy, makes them have to be nice about it. But I had a conversation with him that's basically like, hey, is this shit? And he's just like, it's not an A, is what he said. So he was the most real guy there, in my opinion. My main point, surround yourself with other artists. Surround people that can give you constructive criticism and critique. And be the dumbest guy in the room. Learn from everyone you can. Learn from better skills. Learn from every source you can. It is very hard in this day and age to do that. With online being the way it is, you think it'd be pretty easy. But I understand there's this, I don't want to show my work because it's bad. I understand that. I am very much an extrovert that is anti-people. I am terrible at Discord. I am terrible at speaking with other people. I am even terrible at speaking into a microphone. I am a crouchy old man when I have to go grocery shopping, all right? I get it. I get it. There's this idea that I want to be alone in my hole and get better enough to maybe show people my art. Show it to them. Study and get better, all right? I don't sit here and think, I'm crap. But also don't be so selfish as to hide your art from the rest of the world. I mean, someone's going to like it. There is not but 7-odd billion people on this planet. You're going to find the people who are going to want to support you. You're going to find the people that are going to like your art. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. If you made it this far, thank you very much for listening to me. I hope you take some of it to heart. I know that I bounce around a little bit. I got a little of the ADHD, but my most important message to you is just have fun and keep creating. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.